Well, hello all. Welcome back to Shaving with Peg Leg. I'll be your host and shaver this morning. Excuse me. You probably didn't hear that. I said I'll be your host and shaver this morning. Back to the Shavette. I changed out the blade from the Shark to the Asco. Made in Egypt by the same company. It says they're made by Lord razor blades. So it's the same company that makes Lord razor blades. So you just close that over there and you bring this, you bring that down so it knocks everything apart. You bring it back up, you put it back on. You push this top piece up a little bit, bring up over the pegs that hold the blade in place. And you pinch it here. And I found with this one I have to pull the cover back towards the rear a little bit to go over the back plate again and then just lock it down. I am going to get a different Shavette. Maybe the same style, maybe different, but I like the Shavettes. And I'll use these until I get my straights honed. Well, let's get on with it. Quickly. When you soak a brush, a natural hairbrush, take your fingers, go here on the brush. See, I'm squeezing water out. But you see how far up my fingers are right here? That's as far as you want the water to go up on your brush when you soak it. It doesn't need to be completely soaked in it. You don't want your glue, you want your glue to stay as dry as possible. The hairs will soak up enough water to the glue that holds the knot together in the handle. This will soak up enough water into there that it'll get it wet enough that you don't need to add more. And besides that, if you completely soak the brush, when you go to dry it, it will take that much longer to dry. So you just want it with a synthetic brush. I would do the same thing because you really don't need the bristles wet that far up. But you don't want the glue getting saturated, because over time, if you've only got the one brush, continuously soaking it like that will eventually dissolve that glue, make it break up, and you'll start losing chunks of hair out of your brush. And my handle just got soaked from the water. I don't have a lot of room here. My water was hot 10 minutes ago. Now it's ice cold again. And I'm saying hot because it was actually borderline hot, not the tepid stuff we usually get. I've had my soap soaking in the water to get a pre-shave going. I'm liking that as a pre-shave oil. When I use that soap, I'm liking that as a pre-shave. Other soaps, I use the oil, the bottle of oil, but when I use this type of soap, I'll be using that. All right, here we go. I gotta get the face on that. Yeah, my shirt's gonna get soaked again. But that's alright. It'll be making a trip to the dirty clothes after this, so. Okay. Get that slickness off my hand. Retrieve my brush. Fill my cup with water, because that's going to be my rinser. And the brush is not going back into it anyways. Shake some water off the brush, and let's make a balm. Let's make some lather, guys. I've noticed with this soap, which I didn't know before, about making a bloom with the soap, letting it soak in water first to make a pre-shave. I learned that watching videos. It's not something I discovered on my own. But it also loosens the soap up a little bit. It doesn't make it soft or anything. It just makes it easier to lather, because if you remember, early on when I first started using this soap, I couldn't get a lather out of it worth a shit. And like I said, I guess it's from so many years of using that crappy foam with no slickness. I want slickness more than anything. And if I want lather, hell, I could get a can of foam and spray that on, and guess what? I get lather for days. I could use a full can per shave and have big old lather. But I want slickness. I want my blade to glide. Okay, here we go. See, I'm getting lather now that I've learned to bloom the soap to make my pre-shave. And typical, stick it right in my frickin' eye. Okay, no problem. I've had worse things in my eye than soap. There was one time I was working, I was driving from one site to another, and it was nice. It was a nice night out. It was a nice fall night. I got this rash over here. I don't know what the hell it is. There's no bumps. There's no soreness. Doesn't hurt. Nothing. It's just red. I don't know what it's from. It's not like I irritated it either. But because there's no, like I said, it doesn't hurt. But anyways, I was driving down the road and coming the other way. And here it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And this pickup truck's coming the other way. No problem, no big deal. I had my windows down. It was a nice night out, enjoying the night air. And he went by, and he had a bed full and a small trailer pulling behind him of dirt and sand. And he blew up such a cloud. And you couldn't see it at night because you can't see past his headlights. And they're blinding you. So, put that back on the brush. Haha. Save it for later. And they're blinding you. I couldn't see the big dust cloud behind his truck until just after I got past his headlights. And then I couldn't see anything, not even my headlights. There was just such a cloud of dirt behind him. He didn't have a cover over any of it to keep the dust cloud down. And all that shit blew in the car with me. I had to stop my car in the middle of the street. I couldn't even pull off the side of the road because there's a big drainage ditch on either side of this road. So there was no place to pull off the road. I had dirt in both eyes so bad I couldn't see anything. I was caked. Luckily, the next place I was going had a water hose outside, and I could use that to rinse my face. I just had to flip and get there. I had to sit there in the middle of the road. Thank God it was not that well of a traveled road that late at night. I had to sit there in the middle of the road, take a handkerchief out of my briefcase that I carried for purposes, and just continuously wipe my eyes. I was using the soda out of my cup to wipe my eyes. That's how bad it was. It was horrible. And I finally got my eyes cleared enough where I could see him. I was only like 2 miles away, and I crawled there. One eye open, blinking this one. That eye open, blinking this one. Trying to just clear it. And I finally got there, and I pretty much ran to that hose and just hosed my face off. And when I looked at myself, they had big glass windows in front of the place, and it was dark inside and it was lit outside. They lit up the perimeter of the building, but it was dark inside. So the windows acted like a mirror. When I looked at myself, the front of my shirt from the hose, I knew I was getting my shirt wet. I didn't care. My shirt was white. My shirt was brown when I got done. There was so much mud. My shirt was, the shoulders where I didn't get wet and everything was just like this much dirt on top of them. And I went back, when I finally went back to the car and looked inside the car, the whole car was filled with dirt. I had to vacuum the car before I could turn it back in the morning when I got done. It was simply ridiculous. And I was like, okay, that's why he's driving down the road at 2:30 in the morning, because he didn't want to cover it up. He probably didn't have anything to cover it up. The crap I used to have to go through for work. Got a head shave coming up tomorrow, and boy, do I need it. I'm sitting here looking at it, wondering if I need to do 2 head shaves a week. Yeah, I'm not gonna stretch again. Damn it. I'm sitting here talking, not thinking. I don't know if you guys follow Brandon Shaves, but he caught himself pretty good on the lip the other day. Like, caught his thumb. He was wiping the blade off and he nicked his thumb pretty bad. He bled. And then it was shaving butcher that caught his lip. with a straight blade. Yeah, he caught his lip with a right there with a straight blade. Like he said, it was his own fault. It wasn't the blade's fault. He started talking right when he got near his lip. And when you're using a straight, when you're shaving, there's no talking. That's why I'm quiet when I shave with this thing. Yeah, you're shaving with this thing. You want quiet. You want quiet out of your own mouth, and you want quiet in the room. Some guys can shave with a radio on. I prefer peace and quiet. This is my time. Guys, if I was in a hurry, see that? I could call this done if I was in a hurry. I really could. I got more brushes at home, so I've got one that's synthetic that I know of. I might have two. I forget what I ordered. But I got a set of 3 Ever-Readies that were vintage. So we're going to do a brush cleaning. And then we'll let's set them out to dry for a couple days. Oh, that's slick. I can feel it. I can feel how slick that is. Okay, forgot again. I usually do. Nope, that ain't gonna work going out with this hand this way. Let's just pull up and see how that goes. Okay. Well, I've determined that when I do my neck, we're no longer going to do sideways. We're no longer going to try to do back to front or front to back. We're just going to do ups and downs, downs and ups. And I got pink. I nicked myself somewhere. See, just a little bit of pink. It's over here somewhere. Okay. See, I'm on my third pass with this lather, and it's more lather than I even got when I was doing it before I bloomed the soap. So, if you've got a hard puck, we learned something. Bloom it first. Use that water for your pre-shave, and get that puck a little soft, ready to lather. Tell you what, it smells like soap. There's really no scent to it, but I am definitely getting a cool feeling when I apply this to my neck. Like there's menthol in it. But there's absolutely no scent of menthol in the soap. It smells like soap. Let's see what we got here. a spot there too. I'll tell you what. I am not getting much feedback at all. I am not hearing much being cut. Right there. Heard that? Right in that area. The blade's fine. I'm getting decent feedback off it. I just don't know how many shaves it'll last for. It's cutting fine. I would not. I would not hesitate to buy more of them. Let's try this. Getting all kinds of pink now. All right. Everything up here is absolutely smooth as baby's butt right here. Residual slickness. I don't recommend this to everybody, but I know what my face will take as far as shaving goes before I get irritation. And there's a lot of residual slickness still from that soap, so. Not something I recommend to everybody to do this, even with a safety razor. See this? It's just red. I don't know what it is. It's not sore. There's no bumps. There's nothing. And if I irritated it because my beard was irritating me there, it would be sore. There'd be a little pain. Oh, a lot of blood. Okay. Shaving gods must have their sacrifice. Every time. And that, ladies and germs, is what you call baby butt smooth. 100% everywhere. Okay. Before I forget, we got this. Give the face a good scrub. Yeah. Now a nice cold water rinse. Don't forget the ears. See, the biggest problem with shaving in a sink while you're sitting down, you don't have the angle. See, my shirt is saturated. So you're not over it, so everything could drip off. And the water, when you splash it up in your face, runs down your elbows. I got a pool of water on the floor over next to me, but it's all tile. And the tile is all slanted towards the drain over here where the shower is. So it will eventually drain over there. Now for the alum block, oh yeah, that's a 3. And that's a 5 right where I nicked myself. It's a 3. That was close. It was a really close shave. Let me tell you what. That blade's not bad at all. I'll take that blade. I just don't know how many uses I'll get out of it. And let that sit on for 15 to 20 seconds, and then you rinse it off. I can't wait to go home so I can stand up and shave like a human being. Or semi-human being in my case. And I want to get going on my, I got to finish my sewing machine project. And I got to finish